we'll just see how it goes. All I know is that I need 9 on the sides. This is literally how I crochet my things. So I am so sorry if it's not perfect, but this is how I make my things. And you guys want to watch what I do. So I'm sorry. All right, so let's go. This is the first ear flap. We are going to single crochet 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so I have 9. I am going to chain and turn my work. All right, so now we're in the back. I am going to make a decrease. So to make a decrease, you are going to insert your hook and pull some thread. You have 2 loops. Insert your hook, pull some more yarn. You have 3, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Because now you have 1 V up here for 2 stitches. All right, and then we're going to single crochet all the way down. And when you get to the last 2, we're going to do the same thing. So I have 1, is that the last stitch? That is not the last stitch. That is the chain. So you see, that's why it's good to mark your stitches, but I did not. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Okay, so we're going to go in here and then here, do a decrease. Since you are removing 2, we started off with 9. Now we're going to have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Yay! Math. Stay in school, kids. Whew. All right. So now on the front side, we're just going to do all 7. And always count them again, just to make sure that you haven't missed a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Chain 1, turn. And now we're going to decrease the last 2 on each one. So again, a decrease, you insert, pull through, insert again, pull through, yarn over and pull through all loops. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here we are, 1, 2, and that should give us 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we chained 1, we're going to turn, do 5 straight across. Chain 1, and then we're going to decrease again. All right, insert the hook, yarn, pull through, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3 loop-de-loops. So 1, a 2, a 3. Do y'all remember that commercial? Let me know in the comments if you remember what that commercial is from. All right, so we're at 3, and I'm going to, oopsies, I started decreasing. 1, 2, 3. and then here, chain 1, turn, decrease on the first one, and then chain here. I'm sorry, not chain, single crochet. So this is where I start making it a little bit different. Take a look at how this is coming out, because sometimes I don't like it when it's super pointy at the end. Actually, a lot of times I don't like it when it's super pointy at the end. I like it nice and a little bit rounder. So let me just take a look at my other one. I'm telling you, I don't make patterns. I eyeball everything. But that's what makes your things unique, you know, if you like how it looks. So I'm going to go in here and then do a, but then that makes it super pointy, you see? If you do it like that, it's going to make it really pointy. So I'm going to leave it like that. And that's what I'm going to do. So I want to end with 2 at the top. And cut. And pull this through. It's going to be a knot. All right, so that is your first ear flap. Because we have our seam, right? Like you can see that there is a seam down here. I like putting that in the back. So I want to put, this is going to be the back side of your hat. Since you have your stitch marker, you can base it off of this, or if you want a different one, if you want to mark it again, just for your sanity, because let me tell you, sometimes I forget which side is which. You can tie it here and say this is your back side, but always the seam is going to give it away. You want to tuck that to the back. We're going to start from this side, the front side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I said that we would do 11. You can measure it to see how it's going to fit you. You just kind of want this by your temples. Since I cut off the piece, we have to attach it. So this is 11, right? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so on the 11th stitch, I'm going to insert my hook. I can't stand when there are these knots in my yarn. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. All right, let's do that again. So I'm going to insert my hook and pull this yarn through and chain 1. Okay. And then I'm going to single crochet in that same chain, that same stitch. That's 1. And I'm going to tug this so that can close. So 1, and then we're going to do it again. So we're going to do 9 and do the same ear flap. Because you have this tail, you're going to hide it as you're working. So we're going to do a single crochet, grabbing the tail. 1, 2, all right, so we have 9 and we're at our back. Let me count how many I have in my back here. 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. I want it 1 less than out here in the front. So 9 in the back, 10 in the front, and 9 on the sides. So if we go back here, this is going to be 10, 9, 9, 9. All right, that's how I make my patterns. All right, so chain 1. We're going to do the same thing we did before for the ear flap. We're chaining 1, decreasing, and then insert here, single crochet, single crochet, single, single. And again, I didn't mark my stitch, but I believe it is this one. So I'm going to do one more single here and then a decrease. Okay, chain one, turn, and then straight across. So we're just doing the same thing like we did in the other side. All right, and since we are only ending at this decrease and then this one here, you will not tie this up. So we got to our end. It should match here. And that is what your beanie is looking like, or it should look like. Again, this is the back side and this is the front. All right, so we are here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm still going to turn my work and just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 5, and then slip stitch down that chain. So you should have 4 slip stitches. 2, 3, and 4. All right, and then slip stitch into this stitch here. It's too loose of a tension there. So now what we're going to do is continue on making a border, and I'm going to just do that by slip stitching all the way around. As you can see, this is going to be maybe a little bit difficult on the sides because you don't have these clean stitches like you do when the single crochet is going up. This is the side of it, but I typically just find a good spot and start slip stitching all the way down. I use that chain that we use when we turn to kind of guide me down. All right, and you can see that is where we first pulled up. And this is where one of the stitches to go up is. I'm not going to slip stitch in there. I'm going to slip stitch in this next one. All right, and this is going to be easier because it's going that way. We're going to remove that marker in a bit. Just slip stitch all the way down. After this video, you're going to be pros at slip stitching and single crochet. All right. Another slip stitch here. And this is where we started. So I am going to slip stitch up and around. You could leave it how we had it before, but you won't have your little ends over here, and then you would just weave it. But I really like how the border looks. It makes it look a little bit more cleaner. So that's why we do this. Okay, so here we are at the end of this other section. I am going to chain my 5. And of course, you can chain a lot more if you'd like. I just chained 5 because Louise's bunny ears have a very small tail. They don't have a very long one, but if you want it super long, just chain all the way to your length, your little heart's desire of length. And then you would just single crochet, either single crochet or slip stitch, depending on the stitch that you'd like and the thickness of it. that's the stitch that you would select, but that's why I do 5, and then it will end up with 4 slip stitches at the bottom because hers are tiny. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. Four. And then slip stitch in here. Okay, and then you keep going. Slip, slip, slip. Slip stitch. She does her bam in the bam. Oh, you guys, I love that show so much. You don't even know. Alrighty. Okay, so that is the end there. I'm not going to put one in here because you can see this stitch going up is there. I'm going to slip stitch in this one. And go around. Okay, here we go. Again, we are going to go up, and we're getting back to just finishing this up. I'll do it in there. All right, and now we are at the top here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some yarn through, knot it, and then, oh my word, and then just cut that and pull it through that to knot. Okay, so this is your beanie, and that's how you would make a little beanie like this with the single crochet. And look at this, you can see the tails of the attachment of where I linked that thread because that yarn, my goodness. But I am going to stuck this through, pull that back here to having the over here on the end, and the same thing with this one. Just gonna floop, bring it back here. So there's 2 things you can do. Like I said, you can weave these ends or, leave them as is. It's up to you. I'm going to weave these tails all around, all of these little ones, this one here, and this one down here. So I'm going to weave that in, and then we'll get started on how to make the bunny ears.